leave it to Donald Trump to ruin my birthday on the eve of my 9-year sober anniversary with the news that drug dealers are going to get the death penalty. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're a drug trafficker or whatever from Colombia and you're bringing tons of weight into the country, fine, they can get the death penalty. I don't really care. But I would offer for your consideration that the dope dealer down the street who's trying to feed his own habit is probably going to need the residential rehab that you're suggesting more than he's going to need the death penalty. Just wondering how you're going to figure out those details. Who gets the death penalty? Who gets residential rehab? You clearly don't pay attention. Residential rehabs have a terrible, terrible, terrible recidivism rate. And I have some friends who work in treatment, and they're probably all going to get super pissed at me for saying this. But in 9 years of sobriety, I know hundreds of people who have used or gone to treatment programs. Some of them dozens of treatment programs. And they didn't get sober until they were ready, number one, until they were introduced to a 12-step program. So the people who went to residential rehab, that it worked, it was also a 12-step based rehab. How are you going to base if a residential rehab is going to work or not? We just had some dude here in LA get busted and sent to jail for raping women. And he had like 13 treatment centers out here. And he was a total douchebag. Like, how are you going to regulate that crap when you can't? Please, instead of just continuously putting Band-Aids on huge, gaping, open wounds, how about you have conversations with people who are actually doing the work on the streets, who are getting their hands dirty, dealing with the folks, helping people try to get out of it? We already know that punishment doesn't work. Residential treatment often doesn't work. None of the things that you propose have ever worked. Oh my God, an ad campaign? Are you serious? I grew up in the 80s. This is your brain on drugs. The cracked egg. I still got hooked on drugs. The thing that we have to address as a society is, why do people feel so lost and so disempowered and disenfranchised and alone that the only way that they can feel better is to turn to drugs? So I ask you, Mr. President, Congress, the Supreme Court, City Council, Mayor, County Government, whoever is in charge of dealing with these kind of issues, I beg you, please be searching for the right questions so that you can come to the right answers. Reddick for president.